Welcome, 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 viewers. Welcome, 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 viewers. Please stand by. Welcome, viewers, to this special edition of the David Robertson Show, where I'm your host, David Robertson. Well, I've been informed by my producer that we received a preponderance amount of calls and emails about this very situation here. Well, let's dive on in. I'm in the midst of doing my charitable work, the supplemental DoorDash. I just made a delivery. Please stand by due to the technical difficulty. As I was saying, I just completed a DoorDash delivery. We're in the fair city of Royal Oak. To be exact, right on Gardenia. Yeah, a little east of Main Street. I'm in front of a new particular construction. I'm going to have our camera guy to swing so you can see. Here we go. Okay, that's the new construction. Beautiful. I'm going to anticipate that address probably reads 225 or maybe 227. But I'm trying to give you a geographical location exactly where I'm at. Once again, we're going to give you the panoramic view. Let's go. Outstanding. Now, what you're looking at is oncoming traffic going eastbound down Gardenia. Purposes of focusing this particular angle to let you know that intersecting Main Street is exactly that. It is called Main Street. Now, if we may, get back to the subject at hand. Here we go. Now this little fellow here. What you see, viewers, is the carcass of a bird. Unfortunately, a dead bird. Now, thing is, we're going to have our guy to kind of zoom in there. Hang on. Well, for some odd reason, this punctuality is not working. Well, this particular bird, viewers, there, if you examine the carcass, the body, the corpse there, you can see that there's not one external wound. There's not one external wound, indicating what might have brung this little fella down. You know, it's a common thing to have birds of prey in the city to keep down the rodents, what have you. But this one doesn't have any marking, any tearing, anything that's indicative of a bird of prey. Now, the next thing would be, well, could it be to poisoning? Well, normally a result of that, you'll see a foaming of the mouth, or the beak in this particular case, or some kind of liquid around the beak area. There's nothing there. We'll have our guy to try to give you a better view of the head of the carcass. Please stand by. Okay. Well, viewers, for the ones with the weak of stomach, I'm going to suggest you might want to ask the kids to go in the other room. But for us adults here, I want you to look at that head there. There is no indication of an external wound implying that this bird was attacked in the air. So the next thing one would say, well, young birds usually have a tendency, believe it or not, of running into buildings and windows or what have you. Well, for one, you can see this is a male, but it's an adult bird. It's not, or should I say, it wasn't its first attempt of flight. And furthermore, there's no commercial buildings where this occurrence has taken place. Don't take my word. I'm going to give you a panoramic view so you can see for yourself. There's the unfortunate carcass there, and now I'm going to take the camera up. Now, these are residential houses. There's no commercial building, as you see. This footage is exclusive and it's not manufactured. I want you viewers to see this. Now, there's been, to date, over 120 birds just found like this. Well, viewers, I believe in being straightforward there. In view of a premature visual inspection, I rule out that this bird was attacked by a predator bird. I also rule out that this bird ingested or ate some form of poisoning, because there's no indication thereof. And finally, I rule out the incidental contact, running into a building. That may apply for a young bird first time in flight, but not a seasoned adult bird. And besides, there's no residential buildings here. So the last thing, I think I'm going to have to come in agreement with my callers. This thing's been going on ever since the debut and or release of the 5G. The 5G cell towers. Now, viewers, hang on. Hang on for any and all you naysayers. You need to be aware. That jump from 4 to 5 is nothing like the jump from 3 to 4. No, you need to be clear what you're dealing with. It is a given that that jump from 4 to 5 is the first time since human existence, it's factual, that amount of radiation in use of frequencies has been released. Now, this is not just a Royal Oak thing. This is not just a Michigan thing or a USA thing. Our correspondents over in Europe is experiencing the same thing. They call it an unofficial bird kill, where birds are falling directly out of the sky while in flight. Now, what I would suggest, we're going to send this footage over to the DNR there. Maybe you can get someone out here and gather up the remains of this carcass and run a test on there, do some kind of test. I think this thing is loaded with radiation. Yes, I do. I think the amount of radiation he or she must have flew in the path or in the zone of that frequency line and just dropped. Well, once again, your host, Dave Robertson, of the Dave Robertson Show, signing off from the fair city of Royal Oak, off the street block of Gardenia, a little bit east of Main Street. Viewers, contact me, continue on, and weigh in your opinion. Signing off.